Hello, today I am here to discuss about the writs and its different types. So, what is writ? Actually, writ is a formal written order issued by a court to enforce fundamental rights or other legal rights. And writ can be issued by Supreme Court with respect to Article 32, and it can be issued by High Courts with respect to Article 226 of the Indian Constitution. So, let us start it one by one. What is habeas corpus? Its literal meaning is to have the body of, as court directs to person or authority to produce body of detained person before the court to examine legal and cause of detention. So actually when an individual is detained without legal justification or is missing, then the writ of habeas corpus can be issued directly the relevant authorities to produce the person before the court so that the Supreme Court can set him free in case the court finds illegality in the detention of the person. So next writ is mandamus. Its literal meaning is to command, as this writ is issued in the nature of command by judiciary against public authority or person holding public office. The purpose of the mandamus is order to public authority to do or not to do certain acts in nature of public duties, but it cannot be issued against the authority which are making use of discretionary powers. It means it cannot be issued against the president or governor to enforce them. And it also cannot be issued against the public authority which is making use of its given discretionary powers. So this was the mandamus writ. So next writ is prohibition. Its literal meaning is to forbid, as this writ is issued only against a judicial or quasi-judicial body to ensure that body remains within the limit of jurisdiction. However, if such body has taken a case which is beyond its jurisdiction, then the writ of prohibition can be issued by higher judicial body to prohibit it from proceeding of the case. So next writ is certiorari. Its literal meaning is to be certified, as High Court directs to lower courts or tribunals to transfer a case to itself or to quash an order, as it is similar to prohibition except that it is issued to quash or nullify the judgment, direction, or order given by a judicial or quasi judicial body by going beyond its jurisdiction. So, next writ is Q warranto. Its literal meaning is by what authority, as court inquires legality of person holding a public office. It can be sought by any person, not necessarily the aggrieved person. So actually Q warranto literally means that what is your authority? The purpose of this writ is to ensure that a person holding a public office is qualified or competent to hold that office. It is issued against officers who are holding permanent these posts. So these were the writs with respect to Supreme Court and High Court. So these were the types of writs. And next is writs with respect to Supreme Court and High Court. As Supreme Court can issue it with respect to Article 32 only for the enforcement of fundamental rights, and High Court can issue it with Article 226 to enforce fundamental rights and also some legal rights. And the writ issued by Supreme Court will be applicable throughout the Indian territory, and the writ issued by High Court will be limited its jurisdictions. The Supreme Court, with respect to compulsion, it can't refuse the use of writ jurisdiction, but High Court can refuse it as it is not legally binding to enforce the fundamental rights. So there are some other points related to differences in the types of writs as certiorari. It can be issued against judicial or quasi-judicial bodies and administrative authorities, but it cannot be issued against the legislative authorities or private individuals or bodies. And the writ prohibition, it can be issued against judicial or quasi-judicial bodies, but it cannot be issued against administrative authorities, legislative authorities, or private individuals. And Q warranto, it can be issued against public office created by statute or constitution, and it cannot be issued against the ministerial or private offices. And next points are as the writ mandamus. It can be issued against public official body or corporations or interior court or tribunal governments, but it cannot be issued against private individuals or bodies if duty is discretionary, as Supreme Court or High Court, President, Governor, departmental instructions not having statutory force enforcing the contractual obligations. And next it is habeas corpus. It can be issued against public authorities and private individuals only, and it cannot be issued against or in case as detention that is lawful or outside court's jurisdiction or is by a competent court or is for the contempt of the court of legislature. So these were the writs which I have discussed with you. So in upcoming classes or lectures I will discuss some other important topics oriented to your examination. So have a nice day and thank you for all.